Good morning, Watt family. Today we're going to be going out on an adventure. I'm going to go over to the Vizcaya Museum and Garden. Approximately 25 to 27 miles, I think, from here. But we're going to take out the Aniioki AQ177 dual motor. And for those that are not familiar with this bike, let me give you the specs real quick. It has a 1,000-watt motor in the front that peaks about 1,500 watts. It has a 1,200-watt motor in the back that peaks also about 1,500 watts. Now, again, as I've always said, I got no way of measuring that. So I'm just telling you what their claims are on this bike. Now, on this particular bike, I'm experimenting with wheels. I just got these wheels from this company. I won't give all the information out yet because we're still in negotiation, but they sent me these out. I'm gonna try these wheels. I mean, the tires, not wheels, the tires. I like the tread on it. If you look at that tread, I really like that tread. I think it's more conducive for the road and my type of riding versus the knobby tires. As you guys know, I hate knobby tires. And not only do I hate knobby tires, but it's Aniioki in the beginning of Q25, this version of the bike, because I have the white one. This is the newer version, but the white one had really nice tires. And then they went back to the knobbies. I don't know why. Don't like that. But anyway, this is a 52-volt, 70-amp-hour battery. On their website, it says that it can go up to about 33 miles an hour. I've gotten it up to about 32. I haven't gotten to 33, but I have gotten up to 32 miles an hour. Their claim range, and again, their website says you can get up to 200 miles on this. There's no way we're gonna get 200 miles on this bike. On average, I get about 80 miles the way I ride. Today, I wanna see how I do today because I'm not in a rush to get down there. The museum doesn't open till 9 a.m. I have 2.5 hours to get there. So I'm just gonna take it easy from here to there. I am gonna keep both motors on the entire time. Only because I want to really see what the range is with the dual motor, which is going to be a worst case scenario. The only difference is I'm not going, at 32 miles an hour the entire way, right? I'm going to stay around 25 miles an hour and see how we do in terms of range. But the other thing that's different between this model and the other model that I have, which is still a 2025 model, is the change the displays, right? The display and the control is different. I'll show you later on with the other bike. But at any rate, let's go ride, my beautiful people. All right, Watt family, let me change this because I want to see. So we're starting off with 58 volts, 58.5, right? According to the map, although I'm not actually going to go this way, I'm going to go a little bit a different route, but according to this, it's 27 miles where we're going. So I'm going to add maybe 5 miles to that, so 30. The total trip should be around 65 miles. We'll see, unless I decide to ride a little bit more in Miami. But it all depends on the voltage and my battery bars to see if I do any extra riding. But right now, we're just going to go to the museum. I'm going to show you the museum. It's a beautiful estate. And I'll give you the history as we're going down there on the Vizcaya Museum. I mean, it's gorgeous. All right, guys, we're going to be using the 52-volt voltage chart, battery voltage chart, to keep track of our voltage and to make sure that at least we're fairly close as to what our range is going to be. All right, we are off, my beautiful people. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. I'll show you the sunrise as we start to head east on Sterling, but the route we're taking is probably not the most scenic route, but it's the most direct route. Now, when we get to Miami, I'll try to take you to some of the nice scenic areas of Miami. But again, the goal today is to check out the Vizcaya Museum and Garden. This place was constructed, if I'm not mistaken, in 1920, I believe. I mean, 1912. And it's a combination of French and Italian influence in terms of its design, right? You'll see, it's beautiful. I want to show it to you guys, so in case you guys ever decide to come down here, it is definitely a spot that I highly recommend. Now, if you're gonna go there, allot yourself at least, 3 hours or so, because the place is pretty massive. It's pretty big. And you want to check out all the gardens. There's a lot of artwork there. It became a historical site, I believe, in 1974. But I'll give you all those facts as we're getting closer. Let's see if we can see that sunrise. Not sure if you can see it over those trees. All right, guys, according to the GPS, which I don't really believe or trust, it says we're going to get there in 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think we're going to get there much faster than that. I say probably in an hour and 30 minutes is what we're going to get there. But since we got an hour and 30 minutes of riding, which is 23 miles, let's talk a little bit about the Aniioki, the company itself, right? And then we'll talk about this bike. But I have associated myself with Aniioki because I really believe in the product. Now, some of you guys will say, well, Fernando, you're benefiting from their product. Yes, I am, because I do sell them. I am a dealer for Aniioki. But I associated with them because, again, I believe in the product. I wouldn't be associating myself with this product if it sucked, because if it sucked, I'm not going to make money on it because people are not going to buy the product. And I believe that a good quality product is what sells, right? If Aniioki's been around for a minute, and if they really built a shitty bike, they wouldn't be around. Or at least that's my opinion, and I think that's good. That's the fact, right? Now, does Aniioki have some quality control issues? Yeah, they do. I personally have never experienced it, but I read it on the forums. But I believe every company has quality control issues. I don't think there's a single manufacturer, either in e-bikes, either in cars, any product that doesn't have some form of quality control issue. But when you're looking at a company, you want to know how well that company backs its product. And I can tell you that Aniioki, if you have an issue with their product, they're going to be very responsive. Now, having said that, responsive and quickness is relative, but you guys got to understand, it's a Chinese company, right? As a Chinese company, they're based out of China, so you can't expect for you to receive stuff quickly, right? And you got to remember there's a time difference. So if you send an email out, it may take them a few days to get to you, but they're going to respond, and they're going to try to do their best to make things right. It may not be to your 100% satisfaction, but they're going to do their best to make things right. Anyway, that's my spiel on the company. That's why I've associated myself with the company, because I believe in it. I like their product. I mean, I really like their product. So let's talk about the AQ177. The AQ177 is their step-through version of their fleet, right? They have the A8, they have the A9, and they have some new models that are coming out that I can't really talk about yet, but there's going to be some new models coming out, and there's going to be upgrades to their current model. I can tell you about the current models, a little bit about it. Like, for example, all the new current models will have front and rear turn signals. They've upgraded their tires. I've been bitching at them about their tires for some time. As I told you in the beginning of this video, the first version of the 2025 AQ177, they had some decent tires. In fact, the tire tread looked very similar to the one that I just put on, right? But then for some reason, on their newer version of the 2025 AQ177, as well as the A8, they went back to the knobby tires, the CSTs. Hate that tire. That tire is the cheapest tire you can buy. Really sucks. I bitched about it. Not that they did anything because of me, but enough people must have bitched because their new version had really good quality tires. They look very similar, or they have to be a knockoff of the Allscapes, which in my opinion are really, really, really good tires. So there's a couple other things they're going to be upgrading on it that I don't want to talk about yet until I get the bike. I'm going to get the new A8. I am going to get a shipment of the A9 only because I had some people pre-order them. But as you guys know, the 26 by 4 inch fat tire e-bikes are e-bikes that I am not interested in anymore. You know, I'm going to receive this one again only because I have customers that order them. I don't know if I'll review them unless the customer gives me permission to use it to do the initial review. But they are coming out with some new exciting models. Just keep that in mind. Again, this AQ177, it's a 52 volt, 70 amp hour bike. This one's dual motor. I like a lot of the features. It does have turn signals, but it's only the turn signals in the rear. And in my opinion, that they just suck during the day. You can't really see them. They got to do a little bit better on that. And supposedly on the new version that's coming out, they have done better on that. And I do like the fact that they added the front turn signals. So I think that's a big plus. Even though I can tell you that I think all e-bikes should have turn signals. They have to do, companies have to get better at them, and then you actually have to use them, right? I can tell you I'm guilty as charged. I oftentimes don't use them. I'm old school. I use hand signals. I oftentimes forget that I even have turn signals on these bikes. Heck, man, people that drive cars rarely ever use turn signals, right? So it's a feature that I think it's overrated, but it's a feature that I think it's necessary or needed on the bike, right? All right, we are at the Miami-Dade Broward County line. We're entering Miami-Dade County. Do a quick top speed test. Right now, pedal says 5. Throttle only. We're at 31 miles an hour. which is what I had mentioned in the beginning of the video. 31 miles an hour is the fastest I've gotten this bike. All right, guys, this is Snake Creek Trail. I think it's right in through here. Yeah, it's right through here. I don't know how long this trail is, but this trail's been here for a minute. So east on 2. So we're gonna take this trail out east until we get closer to the east side of Miami-Dade, because right now we're on the west side. I've been out here one time before. When I first started dashing, I think it was August of last year. Around August when I first started dashing. I wasn't paying attention and I just kept going, getting orders taking me further south, and I ended up in Dade County. I was on the Furious EMX, and I wasn't really paying attention to my battery, man, and I got stuck. My battery died. I had to ride like 6 miles home on that bike that's heavy as crap. Doing like 5 miles an hour, sweating my butt off. Right now, let's do a range check. Let's see where we are in terms of range. All right, we've almost 10 miles. What is that? Okay. We're at 10 miles right now. We've been out for 30 minutes. Still got fog out here. And it's funny, it's early in the morning because we're in Dade County and the smell of weed, people smoking weed this early in the morning, that's crazy. 10 miles, we have not dropped the battery bar, and in voltage, we're at 56.7. This is very interesting. What is this guy doing? Wow, holy smokes, that was extremely low. Wow, I've never been here. This is pretty cool. It's exciting stuff. This is why I tell people getting an e-bike allows you to explore places that you haven't explored before. Like, this is cool. I gotta get better mirrors. These mirrors really suck. Look at this house. Wow. Wow. That is a nice house. This area here must have a big Jewish population, because I've seen a lot of Hasidic Jews walking around, and it doesn't really feel like it's a high Jewish area, but it must be. There must be a synagogue close by. North Miami Beach Boulevard, 167th Street, where we are right now. With North Miami Avenue, 167 North Miami Avenue. We're still heading south to Biscayne River. We're not that far. We're only like 12 miles away. Got here quicker than I thought. And I knew it was gonna be much faster than what the GPS said. But man, I am enjoying this ride. Again, I would have never seen most of the stuff I saw this morning if I were in a car, because I'll be on 95 to head south. Going through these neighborhoods, seeing some of these beautiful houses, loving it. All right, I just lost my first battery bar. We're down to 55 volts. And let's see where we are in terms of miles. 14.77 miles. And we lost our first battery bar. And then in terms of voltage, we're at, it says 56, 55, 56 volts. I tell you what, this bike is really comfortable to ride. The seat's comfortable. I mean, I've only been on here an hour. It goes to my debate with Jay. Jay, my brother, you can't ride a bike. There's no way you can ride a bike for an hour or a couple of, one day and a couple of hours and say the bike is good or bad. You just can't. It's just, I don't see it. So, but right now, bike is doing good. Really, really comfortable to ride. We're in a very beautiful neighborhood of Miami-Dade County. We're getting closer to Coral Gables. Or at least I think we're getting closer to Coral Gables. I am not that well versed or familiar with Dade County because I hardly ever come down here. But I should, because it's beautiful. Now, as I mentioned, if you follow this channel, I mentioned this in the beginning of 2026. My goal for 2026 is to, on a regular basis, visit places that I haven't been and done things that I haven't done and check off a lot of my bucket list. I am starting in Florida because I am in Florida. I did my ride to Key West. I did the Coast to Coast Trail. I'm gonna visit some local nice spots that are not too familiar, like the Vizcaya Museum. I've been here forever, and this is gonna be the first time I visit the Vizcaya Museum. There's a Japanese garden and koi spot in Delray Beach, Florida. I'm gonna go to that. I mean, there's a lot I'm going to be doing in 2026. And then, again, towards the latter part of 2026, I plan on doing the Appalachian Trail. So I'm gonna do 30 days worth of the Appalachian Trail. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna start in Georgia, work my way north through the Appalachian Trails, see how far I make it in 30 days. All right, we are at Miami Shores, not Coral Gables, Miami Shores. And this is Berry University. Berry University is right here. Miami Shores is a very beautiful little city, man. I love these trees. Big roads. I mean, it is really, really nice here. All right, this is the Little Haiti area of Miami. All right, this is 79th Street for those that are familiar with Miami. 95 is to my right. St. Mary's. That church's been here for a long time. Very, very long time here in Miami. Does it say when it was established? Yeah, it was founded. Let's see when it was. Let's go look at the date, because I want to say it's like 1912 or something like that. Let me see if I'm right. 1930, I'm off a little bit. Roman Catholic Church, started in 1930. Like I said, it's been here for a while. That trolley, I'm not sure what that trolley does or is, but let's see. It says the Miami Trolley. Don't know where it takes you to, but at least they have one. What's this? Miami Technology High School, nice. Man, this is an old school building too, man. I like this old historical type buildings. It's a shame that we're losing that. Panther Coffee. Coming down to Miami is definitely a different world, man. Compared to Broward County and Fort Lauderdale area, this is definitely a different world. This Total Supermarket, this is like the third one I've seen. It must be a local chain. Creole, Chef Creole. Welcome to Little Haiti. I like that. Let me go back around so you guys can see this. All right, guys, we are in the Wynwood area of Miami. This place has a lot of history here. And it's funny, this place, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe. I mean, this was not a desirable place. They quickly changed this. In less than 10 years, man, this place has been completely revamped. It's a cool spot now. Look at this, Wynwood Marketplace. Citizen Bank. That old building there too. Look at all the construction. Holy smokes, bro. Tell me there's not money in Miami. Just constant construction out here. Good thing I got good suspension on this bike, if this road is horrible. The Red Rooster. Definitely a different world, guys. This is the historical Overtown of Miami. This is considered Overtown. A lot of development because this wasn't here that long ago. This is new. Now, it's been a minute since I've been down here, so there's a lot of new stuff. And this guy's got a turn signal and he's not turning. Oh, look at this Target. You got that trail there. There's a lot of people on that trail. I'm taking that trail, fuck it. Look at this house, guys. Look at that house. Wow. Very nice. Key Biscayne, guys. Key Biscayne, this is where we're at. Beautiful out here. Definitely beautiful. Vizcaya. Oh, it's right here. Right down there is the museum and the garden. I like it. What is this right here? It says Vizcaya Cafe. See, it opens at 9:30. 9:30. Main entrance this way. So, see what time it is. So, guys, we have gone 27.3 miles, hour and 38 minutes. Let's see where we are in terms of battery and voltage. We have 54.3 volts. And let's look at our chart to see what percentage that is. 54.3. So, wow, we're at 73%. battery left. We only dropped one battery bar. We still got 73% battery. So I can explore here. Let's do some exploring because we can't go in yet. Let's see what we got. Village main house is that way. That's still closed. Let's see what we got. Maybe we can go in here. Let's see. This is crazy. This is beautiful. I think this is the parking area too. Wow, this place here was built by a guy named James Deering back in 1914, if I'm not mistaken. I know it went public in 1920, but he designed this. Now, this guy was back then, he was a very wealthy man. Let's look what this says here. Let's look at this real quick. Look at how vast it is. So you have let me get out here and let's go look at this thing. It's all of this, and then when we cross the street, you have what's called the village. And in the village, you have a cafe, a lodging area, stables for horses, and that's on that side. But this is the actual main house, and this is his garden. Now, the garden has French and Italian inspired designs. It's really, really cool. Look at the maze. I mean, it's massive, and it's incredible to when you come in here, how vast it is, how well maintained it is. But just imagine, this used to be a private residence. It's crazy. Let's go take a look. Now, the other interesting part about this place is that he used this like a getaway. It's, snowbirds escape the north to come down here during the winter time. But he only enjoyed it for like 9 to 10 years because he died shortly. I think it was finished in the 1915, maybe 1914. But he died like in 1925. Good morning, sir.
Property today?
Yeah, do you know where I can park?
Yes, so take the left turn, and then on the first lane of parking, there's a bike rack. You can secure your bike there.
Right. And then this is the entrance, right?
Yes, we open at 9:30.
9:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll come back. Is it still early?
Yeah, it's still like almost 30 minutes.
Yeah, still got 30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, you can still ride the bike towards the exit. That takes you back to South Miami. And you can go back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a little nice ride all the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've been in Florida a very, very long time. This is going to be the first time I visit this place. This is why I said in 2026, I'm going to do a lot of things that I haven't done in a long time. Oh, there's the bike rack. That's where I'll leave my bike. It is Saturday, and the group rides are out in full force. All right, let's go. I need to ask you to hit the back of you. They had numbers. I wonder if they had
Exactly, yes.
And there has to be a cycling event because those guys had numbers. All right, look at this beautiful entrance. I mean, look at this. This place is gorgeous. There's a private residence right there too. It is beautiful out here. Look at this place, man. These homes, these entrances. Damn, look at that house. Holy smokes, I really like it. All right, guys, we are in. Let me set up my other camera. This place is just gorgeous. And again, just to recap, this place was built and founded by a guy named James Deering back in the early 1900s. I think he started construction here in 1910 and finished in 1912. But he lived here part-time. He didn't live here full-time. It was like an escape for the guy. But the design had a lot of European influence, specifically Italy. Let me make sure this is on. Hold on one second. And guys, if you're coming out here, highly recommend it. You give yourself at least minimum 3 hours or so, because there's just so much to do. It's amazing that it is a Saturday and we don't have a ton of people. So the Garden Vizcaya is this way. For those guys that have been to Europe, Paris, for example, this may seem familiar, because this is how a lot of the gardens are over there. For example, in Madrid, at Parque de Retiro, they have gardens like this. I mean, this is amazing. In my vineyard in Georgia, this is the concept that I'm trying to create, but with fruit trees and grapevines. But man, this is beautiful. Could you imagine this being your private residence? First of all, the upkeep alone is insane on something like this, but I mean, look at the mansion. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, actually, let me just go around so I can follow this. Love the statues. Like, this used to be a fountain as well. Or it is. It's probably under maintenance. Oh, we gotta go out there. Look how beautiful that bay is. All right. It says the workforce of men who migrated to Miami from the Bahamas seeking employment. I love the sculptures, man. That is super, super nice. Which was an asset for Vizcaya. Wow. It says crocodiles there, but I doubt they have. First of all, there's no wildlife habitat. Beautiful. Highly doubt it. It's just don't want people to go into it. Check that out. Oh, check it out. All right, workforce includes. It says the workforce of men who migrated to Miami from the Bahamas seeking employment. Among many skills, they had experience building with the local coral limestone, which was an asset for Vizcaya. Wow. Meandering through Vizcaya's former gardens, it's easy to forget that every aspect of this estate, that is beautiful. Architecture, landscape, and the decorations were all carefully designed to evoke an early time and another place. As in designing the main house, check it out. 360 views from the garden mount reveal each of Vizcaya's distinct landscapes. Picture from 1940, that's beautiful. Meandering through Vizcaya's former gardens, it's easy to forget that every aspect of this estate, architecture, landscape, and the decorations were all carefully designed to evoke an early time in another place. As in designing the main house, 360-degree views from the garden mount reveal each of Vizcaya's distinct landscapes. The mangrove shores, the water lagoon, the rockland hammocks to the west, and the formal gardens to the north. Wow. Yeah, this guy had a vision. He definitely had a vision. Check this out. Look at this view from here. This property is worth estimated, it's worth $8 billion. Check this out. This, it's closed now, but there's a little room there, fireplace. You see this side. The mangroves. Oh, look, there's stairs. Stairs there, I guess, to go up. Oh, check this out. Yeah. Again, look at the detail. Definitely has a very huge Italian influence. It's amazing that it is a Saturday. You don't have a ton of people. So the garden biscuit is this way.
Okay.
That's like the only stuff I just feel good. Yeah. No size, crab, fish, nothing.
Get a crab stuff. Then if I grab
Oh my god.
the batteries. For those guys that have been to Europe, Paris, for example, this may seem familiar because this is how a lot of the gardens are over there. For example, in Madrid, at Parque de Retiro, they have gardens like this. I mean, this is amazing. In my vineyard in Georgia, this is the concept that I'm trying to create, but with fruit trees and grapevines. Like, man, this is beautiful. Imagine this being your private residence. First of all, the upkeep alone is insane on something like this. But, I mean, look at the mansion. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, actually, let me just go around so I can follow this. Love the statues. Like, this used to be a fountain as well. Or it is. It's probably under maintenance. Oh, we gotta go out there. Look how beautiful that bay is. Ugh. Wow. Wow. That's looks like a ship. Wow, extremely impressive. Like I like how the water goes through the mangroves and goes around the house. Miami skyline there. I think that's so impressive. Back during Mr. Doran's days, they had 2 boats that guests could come and they'll ship out of here. This is where they would dock.
Purtroppo la tendenza dell'Italia sta diventando questa. Milano, solo se avete per lei, sono da vivere.
Check this out. Now this glass top was added after the fact. This used to be open air. Staircase. I don't want to go up the stairs yet. Look at this thing. This must have been part of the kitchen. Maybe that formal dining. Yep, that's the dining room there. This is part of the formal dining area. And this must have been the kitchen over here. Yeah, look at this. Oh, looks like the kitchen, but it's not. It's the pantry. Huh. Vizcaya after James During. He died in 1925. That's what I thought. See, okay, so after he died, it went to the family, specifically the niece. But because of the maintenance that I talked about earlier, and the multiple threats of hurricane in 1926 and 1935, they decided to give this property to Miami-Dade County. And Vizcaya opened as a public museum in 1953. That is interesting. This is the flower room. Under construction, they're rehabbing this. What is this? Oh. All right. Is it open or what? Let's see. Second floor. So here we have James' private suite, breakfast room with the adjoining kitchen, 9 decorated guest rooms, artwork. Wow. There's another, but that's going to be closed. What the? Oh, damn it, that's closed too. But that's one of the bedrooms. They're all closed. They're all under construction or rehab. He built an elevator. Interesting. Ah, damn, all the bedrooms are being rehabbed.
It's weird. No.
Look at that.
Imagine with the humidity.
What's that?
Imagine with the humidity they didn't even do that.
This looks like it was his office. And I don't know what this room could have been. The breakfast room, maybe? It doesn't say. Stairs. Oh, we can go up that way. See, the kitchen was here. This was the kitchen. Interesting that the kitchen was in the second floor. The breakfast room was over here too. That was not the breakfast room.
Sure. What is
Another bedroom. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool. Here's the terrazzo floor. They still have the terrazzo floor there. This was... wonder who stayed up here. It's just guests that stay up there. Very private though, for any guests to come up here. All right, this is an orchid garden. Many of these plants, trees. Okay, let's check out the garden. That's closed off over there. That's a school group picnic area. Little cafe, but I think that cafe is closed today. It's closed. Oh, it had a swimming pool? Yeah. Look, it had a swimming pool. Wow. Wow. That is nice. Look at this little thing. Oh my God, look at the orchards all the way around. That is beautiful. I didn't know that the orchard is at risk of extinction. It's crazy that the family, after Darren dies, gives this away. I mean, I get it. The upkeep on this has to be insane. Even back then, to maintain this isn't cheap, super expensive. But if they had some entrepreneurial spirit, which clearly they didn't, they would have kept it and done what the city did. Or the county, I'm sorry, what the county did. All right, I'm doing this backwards because I didn't see this coming in, but welcome to Vizcaya. This National Historic Landmark has endured the test of time for over 100 years, people. Built as a private home in 1916, inspired by the traditions and layers with innovation, Vizcaya has welcomed visitors from all over the world since 1953. During your visit, we hope it inspires you to connect with the past, understand our present, and to consider ways that we might shape our future. Really like it. All right, this is something that I found interesting. I don't know if it's ever been discussed or mentioned, but this property, this is like a security feature for the property, right? In order to get there, you either have to climb all the way down and climb all the way up, or create some kind of bridge, but you see this all the way around, and then the property is either surrounded by this to separate the outside world into the inside world, or it's surrounded by water, which I thought it was pretty cool. All right, my beautiful people, that is the tour. I'm gonna head back home now. Not gonna record much heading back, but I'll give you the final range numbers on the bike, and hope you enjoyed this visit to the Vizcaya Museum and Garden. It is beautiful out here, people. If you get an opportunity to come down here, add this to your list of places to visit, because it is really beautiful. And it does take you back in time. And not only takes you back in time, but it gives you, if you've never been to Europe, come look at this place, because this is definitely influenced heavily by Europe, specifically Italy. All right, it's saying that we're gonna get back at 12:47. I'm gonna see if I beat that time. I can get back much quicker than 12:47. Because I'm gonna go as quickly as I can, but it's taking me a different route than the way I came down. I really wanted to go back the way I came, but we'll go how it says we should go. All right, this is South Miami. This is another historical Miami area or district. But look what they're doing, which they're tearing down some of the old houses and building these modern houses, which drives me insane. But this is South Miami. Beautiful, beautiful place. Look how tall they're making that building. Holy smokes. And what's cool is that I made it all the way down here on designated bike lanes. I love that. Back in Broward County, people, and there's a bike race. I did not know that there was a bike race going on. All right, well, family, we made it home. Let me give you my final numbers. All right, we got here an hour faster than what the GPS said we were gonna get here. It's crazy. But we went, let's look at this. We went 56.91 miles. Let's see if we can get the average speed here real quick. Come on, stop. There it is. 15.8 was the average speed. But like I said, we got here much faster than we originally did. We're at 49 votes. Let's see what that is. 49.4. 44% battery left. 44% battery left. That's a still good amount of battery left. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Don't forget, ride, hustle, repeat.